Well, something happened earlier today during the discussion of confirming Brett Kavanaugh. Right now, Brett Kavanaugh has been advanced to the Senate based on a deal between Chris Coons and Jeff Flake, Democrat and Republican senator, respectively, coming to a deal where they would advance him, or at least Flake would be able to advance him, and have an FBI investigation that would last 1 week. So again, look, the Democrats, I've got problems with the Democrats because the Democrats could say, no, we want a more thorough investigation that lasts longer to the midterms. They could say that, and that would definitely do a delay. Democrats aren't demanding that. They're saying it could take a week tops. And in the case of Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas, it took 3 days. So this entire narrative, first that the Republicans came out with, is you're just trying to delay, so you can stop Kavanaugh, and then if you take back the Congress after the midterms, well then you're just going to block this till forever, right? Until you guys get back into power. Well, that's not what's happening here. Okay, so a week tops, that would not put us over the midterms, and you still would have plenty of time to try to confirm Kavanaugh anyway, depending on the results of that investigation. So the interesting development here is here you have the Bar Association that has decided to also join the chorus of people asking for an FBI investigation into Kavanaugh. So what's interesting about that is that right now, Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump both hold the keys to this investigation. Donald Trump has to authorize it, and Mitch McConnell also has to call for it and has to rally and whip his members into calling for an investigation. But what's really rare about this is the Bar Association does not normally come out and say this. And I want to give you their statement here, which is really interesting. In a strongly worded letter obtained by CNN on Thursday, the organization said that it is making the extraordinary request because of the American Bar Association's respect for the rule of law and due process under law, siding with concerns voiced by Senate Democrats since Christine Blasey Ford's decades-old allegations became public. They write, the basic principles that underscore the Senate's constitutional duty of advice and consent on federal judicial nominees require nothing less of a careful examination of the accusations and facts by the FBI, said Robert Carlson, president of the organization. Now, he continues by saying, each appointment to our nation's highest court, as with all others, is simply too important to rush a vote. Now, look, before I continue with that, I wonder why they were trying to rush the vote. I mean, look, if you want to play politics and you don't want an investigation because the possibility of finding that there is something in their past that corroborates the rest of these assault claims, well, it would look really bad if you rushed the vote. That would probably put a stop to that confirmation process, which then could end up setting Republicans back past the midterms. They don't want that. They don't want that investigation to happen. That's why especially Brett Kavanaugh does not want that to happen. But the Bar Association does. They said, deciding to proceed without conducting an additional investigation will not only have a lasting impact on the Senate's reputation, but it will also negatively affect the great trust necessary for the American people to have in the Supreme Court. So, look, for me personally, if I were in Judge Brett Kavanaugh's shoes, right, and those would be some crazy shoes to fill, apparently. Look, I would want an investigation if I was innocent, right? I would say, okay, yes, please look into this. These are terrible, horrible allegations. I didn't do it. Yes, I had some wild parties. Yes, I made some mistakes, but I didn't rape a person. I didn't get involved in rape trains. These are terrible allegations, and I want to clear my good name. So yes, please do an investigation. Take as much time as you want. I will be 100% cooperative, and I will make sure that at the end of the day, I am proven to be innocent. but he has never called for an investigation. He's called for hearings, which is different because that's what they were having yesterday. In fact, when he was grilled by Democratic senators, they asked him, why don't you call for an investigation? Why don't you call for an investigation? And I think, look, it's very rare that I give Kamala Harris and Cory Booker praise, but actually they pressed the issue. And they said, call for an investigation, call for an investigation. And Kavanaugh refused to do so. And it kind of makes you wonder why. Now, going back to the Bar Association, during those hearings, Kavanaugh kept bringing that up. In fact, he said, I was thoroughly vetted by the American Bar Association. And he kept bringing that up as part of his qualifications. Turns out, the American Bar Association now is saying, actually, you might want to do a little bit more vetting. That's awesome. Lindsey Graham, famously, going on a rant yesterday, also called the American Bar Association the gold standard. Not so golden anymore, is it? I wonder how they're going to react to this news. Now, in the letter, the president says that the Senate must remain a, quote, an institution that will reliably follow the law and not politics, saying that a thorough FBI investigation will demonstrate its commitment to a Supreme Court that is above reproach. So is that going to happen? Look, I hope it does. I hope there is an investigation, because we deserve to know the truth about what Kavanaugh did. Now, look, I actually wish the conversation were more about Kavanaugh's stances on policy issues. For example, stances on reproductive rights and on ruling in favor of corporations. But that is not what the discussion is anymore. Now the discussion is about whether or not this Supreme Court justice did alleged sexual assault and participated, or at least didn't notify authorities about rape trains at parties. We deserve to know the truth. And you have all these different organizations now that are coming out and saying we should have an FBI investigation, we should look into these allegations, and we should make sure that we know the truth about what happened before the court puts a possible sexual predator on the highest court in the land. I don't think that's too much to ask. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.